Rise, support court with Judge Vunda B is now in session. Judge's case number JVB1066, Ward case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Ward, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, now, let me just kind of cut to the chase of the thing. I was engaged to the mama of his child, and we were just having a good time, and was really getting ready to have a wedding, and the reception at Genghis Grill and everything was all set up. But unfortunately, she had fallen ill. COVID had got her, and then all of a sudden one day,
Mr. Ward steps forward to share his truth. It's heartfelt and deeply moving. He had planned to marry his fiancée and raise her daughter, Malaysia, as his own. But everything changed the day her mother passed away. His voice quivers as he remembers stepping into the role of father for a grieving little girl. His bond with Malaysia runs deep. He knows her routines, her favorite foods, and has shown up for her day after day. She may not be his by blood, but by love and action, she's his. And he never once questioned that choice.
she's just gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I mean, I had to take little Malaysia into my arms and try to explain things. I call her my little bit because, we just kicked it off right away. I'm talking about pretty much on the first date that I went on with them, because she brought her with her on our first date, which makes a lot of sense. And we just have been.
And Malaysia is the child?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is Malaysia?
She's 7.
Okay.
And, she's one of those smart little girls that where you can't really get a whole lot past her. She's going to call you on your stuff.
Okay.
And that's what I appreciated about her. That's why we clicked so well, because her mama was the same way.
Sounds like a good kid.
Well, yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, she's on point with all of her schoolwork. She loves doing her homework. Our thing is to watch some Schoolhouse Rock on YouTube to let her know how the old school did it and everything. And so we, our favorite hangout is the Sesame Place. She loves to go there. She saw one episode of Lego Masters, and I took her to the Lego place out there and the shops in Willow Bend and everything. So it's like, that's been my road dog. That's been my everything and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like the two of you have a great relationship.
Oh, seriously. I mean, I just love having her, like my own child. And I feel like that she is actually my own child. I know that she only likes broccoli with ketchup, and she likes fish sticks with ketchup, and she likes corn with ketchup. I don't know what this thing is about ketchup.
Me either. I don't like ketchup like that.
I don't either.
Mr. Ward keeps building the story, this time with moments that show the life they've shared. They've laughed over Schoolhouse Rock, explored Sesame Place and Leo on By. His love for Malaysia is undeniable. He remembers her love for ketchup, her bedtime quirks, her little habits that only he seems to know. It's clear he sees her as his daughter in every meaningful way. But even with all that love, the path ahead isn't easy. What they're facing isn't just a fight over custody. It's a fight for the family they built together.
But I know how she likes that. I know that she's got to have that mood light on when she goes to sleep. I know that if I don't put those downy beads in with her blanket, that she's not going to sleep. So I do everything. I mean, I talk to the teachers. I got her on the after school program. I mean, everything that I could possibly want to do for a child, I do for her.
Okay.
And so my thing is that, I'm doing all the things that a dad would do for his daughter. And little bit me, it's like, hey, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and say that she's mine. Because, up until the time that she and I and her mother were together, that's just the way it was. When it was with her, I was with them. So it's like, I feel like I take care of her.
Okay.
And since I figure I take care of her, then, then this cat over here, you figure that, that he's got something to say about it. When I've hardly seen him, granted, she's the child's daddy. I mean, yeah, every once in a while he'll come around. Every once in a while he'll visit her and all that kind of stuff. But he don't know.
What do you mean by every once in a while?
Well, every once in a while, it's like he'll come, he might honk the horn or whatever. He might ask her to come out. She'll come out. And see, and that's the one thing about her. She knows no strangers.
Okay, so you're referring, you called him a cat. I mean, what?
Oh, okay. All right, look.
So this is her dad.
This is her dad, yes.
Okay, so you're saying he's not doing all of the things that you're doing with little bit.
Now, Mr. Ward brings up Malaysia's biological father, painting him as a distant figure, the kind who honks in the driveway and waits for her to come out. To Mr. Ward, that's not what fatherhood looks like. He speaks plainly, criticizing the dad's lack of everyday presence, the school pickups, the sick days, the homework help. In his eyes, Malaysia turns to him for everything while her biological father remains a shadow. It's a clear contrast and a growing conflict. Mr. Ward is acting like her father, but the law says otherwise. And now the tension is rising.
Not at all. I mean,
And you know that for a fact.
Well, this is how I look at it. If he was like a real man, if he was really taking care of his business, handling his business, then I wouldn't have any room to have proposed to Little Bit's mama. I wouldn't have even a place in her radar. But the fact that I did, to me, kind of says something. I mean, come on, man. It's like, you know.
So let me ask my question again.
Okay.
You know this for a fact that he's not active in her life.
Well, the one thing that I know
Okay.
is that a lot of things that she needs and that she likes and dislikes, he hardly knows half of that.
Oh.
I mean, as far as, come on. I mean, it's
Sir,
like,
give me 1 second. I'm about to have him wrap it up.
okay. Well, look, all I know is this. When it comes between me and him, she comes to me. When it comes
that
to
you know of.
yeah, that I see. You know, I mean, every time that he comes, I give them their space, but I'm looking at her body language and she's like, man, when's this going to be over? So it's like,
Yeah, because she ready to come home with her real dad.
no.
Okay, Mr. Ward, give me 1 second. You know, your story was beautiful. It was very colorful. You know, and that's not to say that you're being untruthful about anything. However, I would like to also hear from Dad, because as you know, there are always two sides to every story, well, really three, and the truth lies somewhere in between them, right?
I understand.
So give me a moment and I'll go over to Dad.
The biological father finally speaks, defending his role in Malaysia's life. He denies being absent, listing things like piano lessons, karate, and family outings to Six Flags. But then, he admits something that shifts the conversation. Malaysia feels smothered by Mr. Ward's constant attention. Now a new tension unfolds between an ever-present stepdad and a biological father trying to reclaim space. Each man believes he's doing what's best, but in the middle is a young girl being pulled in both directions. It's not just about love anymore. It's about control, identity, and who she belongs to.
Now, Dad, it sounds like, you know, your daughter and Mr. Ward have a great relationship, but is it true these, you know, allegations he's saying about you not being very active and involved?
None of it, man. I see my child every time I'm off work, and every time I'm off, I go and pick her up, and she stays with me for the whole 4 days. I work 3 days on, 4 days off, and
Okay.
he knows it. And when we talk to her on the phone, she says he's too invasive. He always, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he always in her face and want to know.
Like
this.
a helicopter dad.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like a microscope. That's how she feels, and she don't like it. And then as far as me and my child's mother splitting up, you know, that was between us. That was years before she even met you, so you can't put that on me.
Well, you know, I can't put a lot on you. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. You can call me helicopter all you want to, but you were not there when her mama died, man. You weren't there to have to console her when she was crying and didn't go to sleep. You weren't there. I was there.
You didn't
Where were
even
you?
tell me. I was at work. You didn't even tell me.
See, that's the thing. You were always at work. You're always at work.
And see, here's the thing. I know there are a lot of emotions going on. I usually don't let people talk back and forth to each other.
I'm so sorry.
But I do understand the
I don't wanna talk to him
underlying
anyway.
issue here. Especially with, you know, your fiance passing away. I definitely
As the conflict deepens, Mr. Ward speaks from a place of pain. He remembers holding Malaysia after her mother died, being there in the moments no child should face alone. He stepped in out of love, not obligation. But the bitterness surfaces. He's angry that the biological father wasn't there when it counted. And then he says something powerful. If her real dad had been present, he might never have proposed. This isn't just a custody case. It's a personal reckoning. A battle not just for rights, but for the title of dad.
I am just trying to get some clarity here because According to the paperwork that you filed, Mr. Ward, there is a court order in place.
Yes.
And it names your fiance as the custodial parent and dad as the non-custodial parent. And you are essentially trying to modify this order.
Well, yeah, because essentially, to me, I became the custodial parent.
Okay. And you
yeah, okay.
understand how you feel is not what the law says, right?
I do understand that. But
Okay.
Your Honor, the one thing that I do know is that the custodial duties I have taken on, and I know it's not by emotion, and I'm not even just talking about emotion, I'm talking about my actions. The teachers know me. The teachers call me.
Hold that thought. The teachers know you as well?
Yes, ma'am. Now, granted, he lives closer to the school, so he's up there just a little bit more than me. But anytime they call, I stop what I'm doing and I'm on the way.
Okay. All right. It sounds like he's pretty involved. And tell me some things you and your daughter do together.
Well, I take her to piano. I pay for her piano lessons.
Okay.
Some days when I'm off, I take her. He takes her other days. I pay for her to be in karate class.
Okay.
We go to Six Flags together. We go to skating together.
Okay.
I try to teach her how to bowl. We have fun. We go to my mom's house and, I drop her off. And she enjoys spending time over there mostly.
All right. So she has a good relationship with grandmother. It sounds like this child is just well loved all around.
The judge finally interjects, bringing the emotion-filled room back to legal reality. While Mr. Ward's efforts are noble, the judge reminds everyone that family court runs on law, not love. Biological ties still hold legal weight. Mr. Ward may have shown up in every way that matters, but he lacks legal standing. This becomes a turning point, a shift from emotional testimony to legal consequence. It's a sobering moment. The fight isn't about who feels like a father. It's about who the law recognizes as one. And the court is bound by that rule.
If both sides, I mean, is there any chance of the two of you trying to get along
Not
to
at
make
all.
it work for the
She wants to
best
be
for
at
your
home
daughter?
with her dad, but he keeps saying, "Oh, she needs to be here." And my child's mother is no longer here, so I'm trying to get him to court to get full custody of my child
Okay.
all the way. So that's how that's gonna end. He's not gonna be around too much longer.
I mean, no. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. No.
Well, neither one of you are going to talk to each other like anything anymore. I'm ready to make my ruling. I've heard what the both of you have to say. I understand that dad is pretty involved with the child. He's paying for teaching her how to skate, paying for karate. She has a great relationship with her paternal grandmother. It sounds like dad wants to be a part of the child's life. I also understand, Mr. Ward, your heavy involvement with the child. You have a nickname for her. You all do things together. She loves ketchup. You know all about her nightlife and her sleep routines and everything like that. However, that does not negate the fact of what the law says. The child was not left with you by dad. Her dad is still alive. Sounds like he's very active. Doesn't sound like he, is a deadbeat parent by any means. He is making the expenditures that any parent would do. And he also said he's trying to petition the court at some point to get sole custody.
The judge turns to the documents, reviewing the current custody order. Despite Mr. Ward's care, commitment, and consistency, the ruling is clear. The biological father remains the legal custodial parent. The law doesn't reward love. It follows the letter of the custody agreement. Mr. Ward's request is denied. And in that moment, the air changes. The courtroom falls silent. What matters most in this space isn't who stepped up, but who holds the legal right. Mr. Ward's heartbreak is quiet, but visible. The system has spoken, and it's unforgiving.
Of his daughter. So based on that, I have no other choice but to dismiss your claim because you do not have any grounds to be petitioning this court for child support. Is there anything further from
No.
either of you?
No.
Ma'am, I'm very happy with the
No.
verdict.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are
Suck it up.
dismissed.
Thank you.
What?
The judge delivers a final decision, Mr. Ward's petition is denied. His pain is etched across his face. The biological father keeps custody. And Mr. Ward is left with father's heart, but no legal claim. It's the moment where all the emotion crashes into reality of the law. The judge stands firm, reminding everyone that courtrooms don't run on care alone. They run on rules. Mr. Ward may have lost this round, but his bond with Malaysia endures. This is just one chapter in a longer fight, and the story of their love is far from over.